Hello everyone, and welcome to Business School 101. When we think about building a great organization, we often emphasize talent, innovation, and culture. But a truly successful workplace must also be one where every employee feels respected, valued, and treated fairly. Unfortunately, workplace discrimination remains a persistent and serious challenge across industries and sectors. So, what exactly is workplace discrimination? What are the different forms it can take? Why is it so difficult to eliminate, and what can organizations do to prevent it? In this video, I'll explore these important questions with you. Section 1. What is workplace discrimination? Workplace discrimination refers to unfair or unequal treatment of employees or job applicants based on personal characteristics that are not relevant to job performance. These characteristics include race, gender, age, religion, disability, sexual orientation, national origin, and more. Discrimination can occur at any stage of the employment process, from hiring and promotions to compensation, evaluations, and termination. It can be intentional or unintentional, obvious or subtle. In the U.S. laws like Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, and the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, ADEA, prohibit workplace discrimination. Most countries have similar legislation. But beyond legal compliance, preventing discrimination is essential to building a safe, inclusive, and high-performing workplace. Section 2. Common types of workplace discrimination. Here are a few common types of workplace discrimination with real-world examples. Number 1. Racial discrimination. Racial discrimination happens when employees are treated unfairly because of their race, ethnicity, or skin color. This could include being passed over for opportunities, being paid less, or facing microaggressions or stereotypes in the workplace. For example, in 2020, Pinterest faced internal criticism and media attention when two black former employees alleged that they were underpaid, excluded from important meetings, and denied promotions due to racial bias. The situation led to public backlash and prompted the company to commit to transparency and stronger diversity initiatives. Number 2. Gender discrimination. Gender discrimination involves unequal treatment based on gender identity or expression. Women and gender-diverse employees often face disparities in pay, leadership opportunities, and workplace respect. For example, Google has faced several lawsuits alleging gender discrimination. One high-profile case involved claims that women were paid less than men for similar work and were placed in lower-paying job tracks. The controversy led to employee walkouts and intensified scrutiny of Google's pay practices and promotion criteria. Number 3. Age discrimination. Age discrimination occurs when workers are unfairly treated due to being perceived as too old or too young. This may include being excluded from tech training, assumed to be out of touch, or denied advancement opportunities. For example, in 2018, IBM was accused of systematically laying off older workers in an effort to bring in younger talent. Internal documents and testimonies revealed efforts to correct seniority mix, which led to legal complaints and federal investigation into age-based bias in hiring and retention practices. Number 4. Disability discrimination. Disability discrimination involves denying reasonable accommodations, making biased assumptions about capabilities, or excluding individuals due to physical or mental conditions. For example, Dollar General was sued by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission after it allegedly fired an employee with cancer for missing work during chemotherapy, despite previously approving his medical leave. The case highlighted the importance of upholding the Americans with Disabilities Act and respecting medical accommodations. Number 5. Religious discrimination. This type of discrimination involves treating employees unfairly based on their religious beliefs or practices. It can include refusal to accommodate religious holidays, clothing, or customs. For example, in a widely known case, Abercrombie & Fitch was found to have discriminated against a Muslim applicant for wearing a hijab. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the company violated Title VII of the Civil Rights Act by failing to accommodate the applicant's religious practice, despite her being otherwise qualified for the role. Number 6. Sexual orientation and gender identity discrimination. Discrimination against LGBTQ+ employees includes exclusion, lack of equal benefits, harassment, or being overlooked for promotions due to one's sexual orientation or gender identity. For example, in 2013, Walmart was criticized for failing to offer health insurance to same-sex spouses of employees. After facing pressure from advocacy groups and employees, the company reversed its policy and extended benefits to all legally married couples, regardless of gender, in 2014. Number 7. Retaliation. Retaliation occurs when an employee faces punishment or negative consequences for reporting discrimination or participating in an investigation. It is illegal under employment law and deeply damaging to workplace morale. For example, in 2021, Tesla faced a lawsuit from a former employee who alleged that after reporting racial harassment at a California factory, he was demoted and subjected to retaliation. A jury later awarded the employee millions in damages, underlining the seriousness of protecting whistleblowers from workplace retaliation. Section 3: Challenges and Practical Solutions. Companies often face the following challenges when addressing workplace discrimination issues. Challenge 1: Unconscious bias. Many instances of discrimination are not overt but rooted in unconscious stereotypes or preferences. To address this, companies should offer unconscious bias training, encourage self-awareness, and use structured interviews and blind resume reviews in hiring processes. Challenge 2: Lack of clear reporting channels. Employees may not know how, or feel safe enough, to report discrimination. Organizations must establish confidential and accessible reporting systems, and ensure retaliation is not tolerated. HR teams should follow up with sensitivity and consistency. Challenge 3: Ineffective policies or inconsistent enforcement. Having an anti-discrimination policy on paper is not enough if it's ignored in practice. Companies should regularly update their policies, provide training for managers, and ensure that violations are addressed swiftly and transparently. Challenge 4: Inadequate representation in leadership. A lack of diversity in decision-making roles can reinforce exclusion. Businesses should track representation data and actively promote diverse talent through mentorship, leadership development, and succession planning. Challenge 5: Culture of silence. In some organizations, discrimination persists because people are afraid to speak up. Leadership must model inclusive behavior, encourage open dialogue, and foster a culture where everyone feels safe to contribute. Section 4: Why workplace discrimination matters. Preventing workplace discrimination is critical for the following reasons. Number 1: Legal and financial risk. Discrimination claims can lead to costly lawsuits, penalties, and reputational damage. Employers found guilty of discriminatory practices may be required to pay fines, settlements, or reinstate wrongfully terminated employees. Number 2: Employee morale and retention. Discrimination lowers employee trust, engagement, and motivation. It creates a toxic environment where people feel unsafe or undervalued, often leading to higher turnover. Number 3: Productivity and innovation. Diverse and inclusive workplaces have been proven to perform better. Discrimination stifles contributions from underrepresented voices and limits the organization's ability to innovate and grow. Number 4: Employer brand and reputation. A reputation for fairness attracts top talent and builds trust with customers and stakeholders. Discrimination, even when unintentional, can seriously damage that reputation. Number 5: Ethical responsibility. Treating all employees with dignity and respect is not just good business, it's the right thing to do. Organizations that commit to fairness and equity show leadership, accountability, and values. Section 5: Summary. To summarize, workplace discrimination is not only a legal risk, it's a barrier to trust, equity, and organizational success. Discrimination can take many forms, from race and gender bias to disability and age exclusion. But with clear policies, leadership accountability, diverse representation, and open communication, companies can foster a workplace where everyone feels respected and empowered. That's all for today's topic. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more insights on HR, leadership, and business strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.